And that was Cousin Kenny. There we go.
Isn't that crazy? You know, and he was 20. She was 20 years old. And you go, how were we so talented when we're so untalented now? And it's because what happened was we got so, I went listen to this stuff yesterday, and I remastered it all. And I thought, wow, we were really good. We were better than, we didn't think we were as good as we were, I don't think. And what happens is life gets in the way. Somebody gets married, I got married, you go there, you live over there. And suddenly you're taking on so many other responsibilities that you wind up getting just a regular job. You know? Mm-hmm. And I wound up the PR man, the head PR guy for WNYC Radio. But being creative, I couldn't stop creating. So David Garland, thank God, gave me opportunities to be on his show, and I showed my stuff, and then I was able to build a career in radio, you know, doing things that no one else will do, which is mostly comedy and mostly radio theater and a lot of improv. And I put in a lot of talent and a lot of energy and a lot of time into things that the big media wouldn't dare do because they spend so much money doing it. I'm like a one-man shop. And I learned from Dos how to do all these voices, right? Yeah, I'm Yogi Bear. You know, and all of them, you know. Howdy, I'm John McGraw. That's Huckleberry Hound. I don't even know who I am. I look at blue. I must be Huckleberry. Howdy, I am Quick Draw McGraw, the fastest gun in the West. And don't you forget it. Hey, Papa Lee, say, you know, on and on. Snagglepuss. But I could also, I learned from Mel Blanc, I do all his characters, you know, and without the carrot, which he used for real, you know, I would just say, what's up, Doc? Suffering fuckatash. You're despicable. You know, you can do them all. And I don't have to prove it, you know, and do them all now because I want you to hear some of these other clips. But I'll tell you one thing. This is Joe Bed saying I'm happy to be the Trey Ullman Show. Old Show. The Trey. We need to have you introduced at the beginning of your show. And I'll record something for you where, you know, we do a little thing. Gary Owen's voice, you know, so that you have an introduction worthy of you. Like Trey Owens is Trey Bien. You know, things like that. But just start from the beginning. You can play the first one, which is a live clip from the fall of '78. I'm always producing. I get to college. I say, hey, there's a big theater, performing arts theater at Middlesex County College in Edison, New Jersey. It's a beautiful theater. Let's put on a free show at lunchtime. So we used to do these noonday shows. Some of them were down in the basement where we had a cafeteria, and Jerry Seinfeld was there, and I was the MC, and all these things were happening. And it was wonderful. And they let me use this huge theater, which is now called the Ed Drake Theater, because he was the head of the theater department. And it's a beautiful theater, and did many plays there. And we had the whole theater to ourselves, just five guys, and it was only 4 of us, and plus a girl at the time. And we walked on stage at that school in the fall of 1978, being freshmen, and filled the audience, which is free, at lunchtime. Hundreds of people. And you'll hear how big the crowd is. And Gary Beeler walks out on stage for the first time with balloons as boobs. And the wig and the and Kathy Higgins, who was very good but didn't stay with the group, was a girl I know was a little younger than us. I knew from my neighborhood. She came out as Queen Isabella's madam. And I was talking like this, like Chico Marx. But I am Christopher Columbus, and I want to get the ships. But she just wants to have sex. So it's very Martin-esque. And it's the very first thing we did on a stage in front of people of our liquid comedy group. At the time, we called the show The New Looney Tunes. And it's all improv. I just say, you're going to be the queen, I'm going to be the king, here's what's going to happen, let's do it. And listen to this. And while you're doing it, I got to let my dogs outside.
And that was the Columbus sketch. Very funny.
Yeah, and the whole idea, I'm just taking my glasses off for a minute, so you can see what I really look like.
Okay.
But it's interesting because when we did those things, and even some of the stuff I do now, not all of it, but it's hard to write. Writing things, especially as you get older with arthritis, double kinds of things, it starts to get a little tedious, and dictating is not the same thing. But improving is writing on your feet. And what I try to do more and more in my life is be improvisational, so that I'm open and willing and bending and giving. And learned that from these guys especially, and gals. But all I said to Gary Beeler was, "You're Queen Isabella, dress appropriately, use balloons as boobs, and carry a pin, because at the end I want you to pop the balloon." That's all I said. The rest of it we made up on stage.
Wow.
We didn't rehearse it. That's showbiz for real, baby. When Bob Greenberg and I do, "Hey, I'm back, Costello, come over here." We're not just doing Abbott and Costello. We're paying tribute to Bob and Lou. We're not trying to really be them, but we are, in a way, in their spirit. We're like their spirit, staying alive. But we work the room, and we improv, and Bob will stop and say something about something that's going on in the room, and I have to be Brett Abbott to that. And that's real show business. Many parts I've had, including the thing I did with De Niro, a lot of it was improv. It might say one sentence in the script. He knocks on the door and walks in the room. But I might have to say, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm from the IRS. May I come in?" It's not in the script. That's real show business. You can't think of everything. And the writer gives you the map, and then you have to expand on it, or else you're really not acting. You got to bring it into your real life. Even if you're doing, "Yeah, I'm Yogi Bear," or "Yabba Dabba Doo," it's still real. I knew Alan Reed. I knew all these people. And they said to me over and over, "Fred Flintstone's a real guy." If you just listen to the voice, he's not acting like a cartoon and whoop, 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 He's really the guy. He's not imitating Jackie Gleason. The premise owes its debt to Jackie Gleason. It's not the Honeymooners. And he doesn't play it as Ralph Crampton. In fact, he doesn't go for the big laughs. He lets everybody be funny around him. And he plays kind of straight. "Oh, boy." Alan Reed would go, "Oh, boy." That's Fred. He came up with "Yabba Dabba Doo." It wasn't in the script. It said "Yahoo." And he said to Mr. Joe Barbera, who's directing, it says "Yahoo. Can I say something else?" Or he said, "Sure, whatever you want to say." He went home. He couldn't sleep. He's thinking, dippy dippy da, dippy dippy doo. He comes up with "Yabba Dabba Doo," and he yells it out. His wife's like, "What?" She's like, "Got it. Yabba Dabba Doo." Because in the way they record the first "Yabba Dabba Doo." He says, "All right, is that okay, Joe?" Joe says, "Sure, whatever you want." He didn't know it was going to be a catchphrase. Alan Reed kind of knew. He knew that it needed a catchphrase like, "What's up, Doc?" Doss Butler came up with "Smarter Than the Average Bear" himself. Wasn't in the script originally. He came up with that character. That character started out as an arcade kind of the street kid, and it becomes, "I'm Yogi Bear. I'm smarter than the average bear." You see, he's average. Mm-hmm. Well, when I do these voices for people, they can't believe that I can do them, first of all. They can't believe I can improv his characters. And that Sergeant Lefty talking to his friend, who's Willis, the bookkeeper's very scared, and this guy is talking to him tough, and I can do a whole hour with just those two guys having an adventure in the woods if I want. What I'm choosing to do now is to harness that more into an opportunity to then refine the material, either by going on stage,